In an impossible quest to make my Porsche 924S sound less terrible, I recently tried a few different motorcycle mufflers as a fun experiment which I made an earlier video on. In this video, I take a more traditional approach and start by removing the broken catalytic converter before working to fit a Flowmaster 50 series in place of the stock muffler. Let's see if we can make some improvements. First up, we need to address the catalytic converter on the car. It's been falling apart inside for a while now and needs to go. The most cost-effective solution seemed to be a glass pack, so I grabbed one from Summit made by Jones. Well, I just got to the shop. It's like 7 o'clock at night, and I was planning on starting on the exhaust on this thing because I have been trying to do this forever. So I get here, I put it up on jack stands, and then I notice it's got a little puddle over here leaking fuel. Sure enough, that line seems to have ruptured like right now, just as I started. So I was gonna remove that cat right there and this muffler, but probably not the best time to be throwing sparks near this bomb. Damn it. All right, it is finally time to do away with the stock catalytic converter. So, as you guys have heard in other videos, this thing is really rattly. It's falling apart. There's evidence of it right there on the ground. And so to get rid of this thing, I don't want to straight pipe it. I want the car to be, let's say I'm older than 18 years old, so I don't need it to be as loud as possible. I have matured with age. I'm now at the level of a 25-year-old perhaps. I'm 37, by the way. Anyway, to replace the cat, we have a glass pack. So, glass pack, resonator, whatever you want to call it. Simple muffler with like a bunch of perforations in there. Those perforations direct the gas into a fiberglass packing that's around it, and it goes at the other end. So, not restrictive, and it should help muffle the sound a little bit, and we're going to save some weight here as well. So, my mission is to weigh the entire system as it is right now, and then we'll start cutting. Hopefully we can get this thing on here. My goal is to actually weld this to the exhaust off the car and then have it bolt back up. So we'll take some measurements. We'll make sure that that pipe is in there straight in both directions. I kind of doubt it on this plane, but we'll see. So I'll get the laser out and we'll figure it out. All right, my suspicions were correct here. So that end bolts to the engine. We would be looking at this from the side of the car, so following it from here is dead straight, and then right there you can see the tube actually makes a little bit of a curve, and it becomes more pronounced with this bracket being completely vertical. So this bracket is square with the cat. So basically this can be a reference point. The tube is curving right there. Now if you flip it directly upside down and you're looking at it from directly underneath, it's nice and straight that way. So the only consideration we have to have is just making sure we have, this piece right here kicked down, and we're just gonna try to make it square with that bracket. If this is on the car, we would just tack it, but I don't feel like trying to weld on the top of it or taking this thing off numerous times. So I wanna get it right the first time and just get it done. So what we're gonna do, we'll start cutting along that weld. If I can save any extra material, that would be sweet. I will cut on that side. And what I want to do is actually add a 1/4 inch to this. So from this flange as our reference mark to the end of that flange, I'm going to call that 30 3/4. So I'm actually going to lengthen this and go for 31 because the muffler was so far forward it seemed like it was out of its hanger. So if I push it back a 1/4 inch, it'll fit a lot better. But anyway, let's go ahead and start cutting. Okay, so we're just going to rely on this top corner here. We're not going to look at total. Okay. Stock exhaust. Hang on. 17 pounds. Man, this feels way heavier than 17 to me. Interesting. 17 pounds, okay. Oh yeah, this thing's just breaking at the weld. Can't save it how I want it then. All right, here is our header section. This pipe actually only measures like, well, it's 2 1/8, but it seems smaller than the outlet side. So I kind of need to actually step up the diameter. It's a little too loose for my liking. So anyway, I need to kind of step up the diameter just a little bit. So I've got a few sections of pipe that just fit perfectly in the muffler side. So what I did with this piece is I just put a cut all the way down it until the very end. That means I can expand it a little bit on one side. So now I can kind of slide this onto the header side. And this also allows us to kind of get the desired angle we want. And then from here, that slides on nice. So we'll have 2 beads and then a little bit of area to fill in here, which is just fine. But this is going to allow for a nice series of joints here. So luckily, the whole system is not relying on like one section. It's supported on either side, so it should be plenty strong. And then I've also found that the bracket here, which we need to be vertical, sits vertically on the table whenever this is flat. So I've just kind of put some steel in here to kind of keep this from wiggling. And then I've put a piece of 3/16 angle underneath the muffler, and that's going to hold it level to the table, level to the bracket, and that is our spacing vertically. So now I can kind of just start tacking some stuff in place, and then we'll work from the back. It appears to be straight. 90 with our bracket, you know. I did something stupid. I was gonna warn you all about it. I got the muffler on backwards. These are directional. Those little pockets, they gotta be facing opposite direction of the flow of the exhaust. Let's just try this again. I've already dropped the muffler, so I got a big old dent in it now, so damn it. It's flipped around, let's try this again. You get the idea. All right, got this thing finally mocked up. So it seems like the resonator actually moved that way just a little bit as I welded it. Might be imperceivable to you guys, but it seems like the pipe goes straight and kicks out a little bit. So to compensate for that, we're kicking this one that way just a little bit. But it's leveled. I have it at 31 inches from there to there. So I think I'm going to throw a tack weld on that thing and I'll at least go test fit it to make sure it's right. It's going to be annoying, but I'll do it.
A few moments later.
Okay, I just put this under the car and it actually just fit perfect. So I'm going to finish weld this and then time to install it. Fire it up. Hear how it sounds with the cat delete. Okay, we have the new system here. Let's go ahead and weigh it. Remember watching that top corner there. We were, I think, 17 before. 13, that's 4 pounds. Every ounce counts and rhymes. All right, where's the other bolt? Damn it. Where is it? Right here. Okay. Where'd the nut go? Okay, there. All right, so a little bit of a gore warning. It's tightening like the last bolt under the car, and I dropped the freaking wrench on my nose. It does not feel good. It's a little raspy, but it's okay. All right, now it's time to do some fun stuff and change out some mufflers. So of course, step one is to get rid of the stock setup. Now you're also gonna notice that the bumper is removed on the car, and that's because I also did a bumper tuck at the same time. I do have a video of that. I will link it above as well as into the description. So check it out if you haven't seen it already. Oh my gosh. That was annoying. Yeah. That stuff was super annoying. Oh my gosh. Well, we're gonna cut the muffler off anyway. Okay, well, I went ahead and got a tailpipe extension here, and I couldn't find an extension that was like to 2 1/8 like this, because Porsche exhaust is weird size. So basically I'm using my adapter onto the extension. We're just gonna MIG these back together right now, and then this will get welded to the pipe on the car, and then this will be our slip-in section for the muffler. Completely unnecessary. Now, I didn't get any clips of welding the muffler onto the pipe, but you can imagine there were sparks involved. For the tip, I used a piece of stainless steel and let my inner hot boy run free by doing some coloring with the torch. Aesthetic choices aside though, let's see what it sounds like. Okay, so it's a little ricey, but I was feeling inspired. Whatever. Well, we made a change, and it may not be the ultimate change, but at least we took a step in the right direction. I do like the kind of idle to 4,000 RPM sound of this car. It has like a nice little growl to it, and a more European sound as I kind of am shooting for, but over 4,000 RPM, it's kind of annoying, to be honest. So I think we're going to make one further change, and that's going to be doing a vibrant resonator in place of that glass pack. I think that's where I went wrong on this. So yeah, we will do another follow-up video on the exhaust. So this will be like a 3-parter, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get a vibrant resonator on order. We'll get it installed as soon as we can, and I'm thinking that's gonna be the magic piece for all of this. And so hopefully it won't be too annoying over 4,000. But anyway, hope you guys like this video. I'm just gonna keep working on this car, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the progress on it. So anyway, subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.